الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وآله وصحبه وأزواجه وذريته أجمعين. اللهم ربنا أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. اللهم أرنا حقائق الأشياء كما هي، ربنا زدنا علما وعملا وإخلاصا يا رب العالمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه وذريته أجمعين. اللهم انصر أولئك في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها، خاصة في غزة العزة. اللهم انصرهم على عدوك وعدو منك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم فرج عنا وعن إخواننا في غزة وفي مشارق الأرض ومغاربها. اللهم نفس كربنا وكربهم وثبت أقدامنا وأقدامهم والطف بنا وبهم يا أرحم الراحمين. وصلي وسلم على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وآله وصحبه وأزواجه وذريته أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين آمين. Okay, so we had stopped here. Now experience, we will start from here inshallah. Now experience as unfolding itself in time. So using experience as it is something which can stand on itself. Because, and this is very Hegelian as well. Because normally you would, when you talk about experience, you experience of someone. Experience is not something which can stand on its own. So when Hegel and Iqbal talk about experience, it can be experience of a particular subject, but also often they talk about experience of a universal subject or Geist or spirit. And spirit is not something separate from it. In a sense, it is separate from the world and the world history, but it's also reflected in it. So although we can think about Geist separately from the nature and consciousness in humanity and whatever exists, but in fact there's no Geist or there's no absolute apart from these things. So these things are just the experience of that absolute, or the self voyage of that absolute, or the journey of the spirit. Anyway, now experience as unfolding itself in time present three main levels. The experience is unfolding itself in time. The experience of the universal subject, I guess. So spirit or Geist or God manifests itself, or try to realize itself at three levels, or realizes itself at three levels: the level of matter, the level of life, and the level of mind and consciousness. And this is very Hegelian, as you can see. The subject matter of physics is matter, biology, life, and psychology, respectively. I mean, there are many things we can say about this, but one immediate thing which comes to mind is that he's taking, at least at this stage, the Western modernity as something universal, something as a model, because that's how he is understanding the matter, the life. Firstly, the understanding experience as the experience. So that's Hegelian. Let's talk about it a bit. So now, on the one hand, he's taking experience And I assume that he means experience of the universal subject. Humanity, let's say. He's talking about that. But his model is Hegelian, but it is also modernist. So for him, at least at this stage, or at this point in his argument, and by modernity I mean both enlightenment and science and technology, and their modernist conception and their modernist prototype as the model to understand this experience as well. That's very important because on the one hand he take experience and its journey, he understands it on a Hegelian model. So three levels: the level of matter, the level of life, the level of mind and consciousness. But also he takes the science or the modernist epistemology or modernist knowledge as a model for understanding these three levels of experience, and then experience itself. So the prototype or the reference point for understanding the experience at the level of matter is physics. At the level of life is biology. And at the level of mind is psychology. Now, to be fair to Iqbal, he takes from physics and biology the streams which he thinks are supportive of or are compatible with Islamic worldview. So from physics, he emphasizes developments in physics, for example, Einstein, and quantum physics, which he thinks that are more in line with the Islamic worldview, in comparison with mechanistic physics, for example. So in mechanistic physics, there's no room for freedom of will, for example, and the whole conception of responsibility on which Islam is based, according to him, for example. But as he would say, in quantum physics provide. Similarly, in biology and psychology, he looks at the stream. For example, in psychology, he takes William James and all his work on varieties of religious experience, etc. So he's not just taking modernity in itself, but behind that, the idea working in Iqbal, as I've emphasized in these sessions, the idea working behind Allama Iqbal is that the modernity, with all its movements, has two streams. first stream, which is anti-religious, materialist, anti-moral, etc., which is against Islam. But there's another stream which is at least compatible with Islam, has the potential to support the Islamic worldview. So he highlights that, and that became, and he obviously interprets this two-stream model in at least partially in the light of the ayah which we discussed last time, سَنُرِيهِمْ آيَاتِنَا فِي الْآفَاقِ وَفِي أَنفُسِهِمْ. And so he thinks that we need to focus on the second stream, and this will prove that modernity is compatible with Islam, at least potentially, and can be Islamized. And in a sense, the second stream of modernity is actually pointing towards Islam, and that's because God said that He will show His signs in a way that the truth of Quran will become clear with the passage of time, but also because modernity actually was inspired from Islam or Islamic sources, from Andalusia and Baghdad and all those things. And obviously we reject this model, but we have to understand Allama Iqbal's and Muslim modernist perspective, and this Muslim modernist perspective, which is sympathetic to Islam. But in order to show all this, that this second modernity is compatible with Islam, he has to obviously grossly misinterpret Islam, and that's not the way to like this. Against this, the Ghazalian method basically says that you first deconstruct modernity as a whole in all its manifestation. Deconstruct according to Islamic point of view, and then, only then, when it is deconstructed and its individual parts are separated from the whole, and the whole is rejected in all its manifestation, only then and you can use individual parts which might be compatible with, supportive of the Islamic worldview. So these are two different approaches, and obviously one of the reasons for us to be reading Reconstruction of Religious Thought Islam so closely is to understand Iqbal's method and develop a Ghazalian critique of deconstructing Iqbal's method, and also through that developing some, at least initial understanding of the Ghazalian method of deconstructions, etc. Okay, I think we can stop here today. Let's go back to the text anyway. Okay, so now experience as unfolding itself in time presents three main levels: the level of matter, the level of life, the level of mind and consciousness. The subject matter of physics, biology, psychology, respectively. So physics, biology and psychology become model for him, although he don't think he takes only those streams of, or highlights those streams of physics which are, he thinks, compatible with Islam, and same for biology and psychology. And then obviously he starts with matter, and then we'll go on biology and psychology. Okay, so let's stop here and we will continue from. Let's start continue from here inshallah next time. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. اللهم انصر أولياءك في غزة اللهم انصر أولياءك في غزة وفي فلسطين كلها وفي اليمن وفي لبنان وفي العراق وفي إيران في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها اللهم انصرهم على عدوك وعدوهم إنك على كل شيء قدير اللهم ألف بين قلوبهم وأصلح ذات بينهم اللهم سدد رميهم اللهم سدد خطاهم اللهم سدد رأيهم اللهم انصرهم على عدوك وعدوهم إنك على كل شيء قدير اللهم فرج عنا وعن إخواننا في غزة اللهم فرج عنا وعن إخواننا في غزة وفي فلسطين كلها وفي اليمن وفي لبنان وفي العراق وفي إيران وفي أفغانستان وفي ليبيا وفي بنغلاديش وفي السودان وفي مشارق الأرض ومغاربها اللهم نفس كربنا وكربهم وثبت أقدامنا وأقدام قلوبنا وبهم يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم أدخل السرور على قلوب المسلمين في غزة وفي فلسطين كلها وفي مشارق الأرض ومغاربها اللهم تقبل شهدانا اللهم إسماعيل هنية اللهم تقبله في الشهداء اللهم تقبله في الإليين اللهم تقبل فؤاد شكر وسائر شهدائنا في غزة العزة وفي لبنان وفي اليمن وفي إيران وفي أفغانستان وفي مشارق الأرض ومغاربها اللهم ارحم شهدانا اللهم اغفر موتانا اللهم اشف مرضانا وجرحانا وفك أسرانا وأصلح كل فاسد من أمور المسلمين يا رب العالمين اللهم طهر الحرمين الشريفين من رجز آل السعود اللهم طهر المسجد الأقصى من رجز الصهاينة اللهم طهر البلاد الإسلامية من رجز أذناب وأزيال الأمريكان يا رب العالمين اللهم طهر البلاد الإسلامية من أعوان الظلمة اللهم ارزقنا الإمام العادل والخليفة الكامل والولي الكامل الذي يسيرنا على نهجك ونهج نهج المصطفى وآله والخلفاء الراشدين اللهم نتوسل إليك بشهداء غزة أن تقبل دعانا وتحقق رجانا وصل وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وأزواجه وذريته أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم آمين آمين